Hey guys, welcome back to Very Beautiful. If you're new here, my name's Elizabeth, and I know I haven't made a video in a while. However, I thought now was a good time to just give you guys some recommendations on things to do while we're in self-quarantine and just shift the mindset from I can't do this anymore to I have time to do this now. So that's what I'm gonna try to help you guys do with some little ideas that I had, as well as things that I kind of already do because I'm introverted. I don't do a ton of socializing, but I kind of know how it is when you do want to socialize and you can't. And one of the things that I wanted to bring up straight off the bat is that being on social media excessively isn't really gonna be a good option to combat not getting social interaction. You'd be better off FaceTiming or calling somebody, just because social media is that like highlight reel where even if someone has good intentions, they could be posting a highlight reel or even a negative reel of themselves of what they want the world to see versus what they really are like. And you're not going to get the same experience as if you were being with that person and out doing something. So I would suggest you call people or text them, preferably call or FaceTime them or whatever. The most obvious things are to watch TV, play video games, watch movies. So I'm gonna just rattle off a few of my favorite TV shows and things in those categories just to get that out of the way, and then we can go on to the next stuff. So my favorite shows, I have Insatiable as a vulgar comedy on Netflix. It has 2 seasons. You is good if you need something to kind of like be suspenseful, make you think. Also on Netflix is Locke and Key. I think that one's a little bit scary, but you probably could watch that with kids if they're like into more like suspenseful things. But I thought that was a really well done show, and I'm really hoping they put a season 2 out soon. And Parks and Rec is like one of my favorite shows. Brandon introduced me to it, and that one you could definitely watch with kids too. And I'm just giving those options, even though I don't have kids. I know a lot of people do, or they have relatives that might be with them. So I wanted to clear that up. Now for Hulu, I have Dollface as a comedy that also has Shay Mitchell in it from Pretty Little Liars. So I love her. She's gorgeous, but she's also funny. And we have Claws, which is a vulgar show on Hulu, and kind of like more like a Florida humor in a way, because I feel like they make a lot of Florida specific jokes, but I like it. We also have Castle Rock if you want like more of a horror, because it's from like Stephen King novels. And for just like good old reality trash TV, 90 Day Fiance. I love 90 Day Fiance. It makes me laugh. It helps me unwind. I can focus on something ridiculous. And I mean, that might just be my opinion, but I feel like, okay, some of these people are just really dumb, and I don't understand how you even got in this situation to begin with. So it just makes me laugh. Elementary is another show that's really good if you like the kind of like criminal investigation shows like CSI, NCIS, any of those type of like mystery type shows. Then Elementary is you definitely would like it, and has Lucy Liu in there. I watched that because it has so many seasons. So for Disney Plus, I have The Mandolorian, which I was not into Star Wars, and then I became into it somehow thanks to Brandon because of Baby Yoda. And then I also have Agent Peggy Carter or Agent Carter. And for Amazon, I had The Marvelous Miss Maisel, which, oh my god, I love that show, and I totally was not expecting to like it. My mom suggested it to me, and I was like, yeah, Mom, I'm sure it's funny. So I feel really bad about that, because I'm sorry, Mom, but it is really funny, really, really, really funny, and I wasn't expecting to like it at all. And my cousin was the one who recommended it, where I actually listened and watched it. And she also recommended Sex and the City, which I got into recently. And I love Sex and the City. I want them to make one for nowadays, like with new actresses and everything. I don't know if they will, but I would love that because I love Sex and the City. Again, that's not something you should watch with kids, or The Marvelous Miss Maisel. But you could definitely watch Agent Peggy Carter and The Mandalorian with kids, because those are, I think they're like maybe PG, like they're fine. And another category I want to talk about is games. If you need something that's great for taking your mind off of things and just simply relaxing, Animal Crossing would be great. If you have a Switch, the newest one came out yesterday, and Brandon downloaded it for me. So I've been playing it since yesterday. So I'm already like Yeah, whatever, we're not going to talk about the game too much, but it's really relaxing. Even if you're not a huge video game person, you probably could like it because of the fact that it's so relaxing. They have older versions for different systems if you have like Wii U or the original Wii, but Animal Crossing is an awesome game for just chilling out and taking your mind off of stuff. Breath of the Wild, amazing game. I don't know if I would necessarily say relaxing, even though some parts of it are relaxing and they have very charming graphics. Now that we've got past the more obvious choices of things to do, another thing that you can do is gardening. I actually already was gardening as far as like having potted plants. I have a balcony on the apartment that we live in, so I have a lot of plants out there and I love taking care of them and just watching them grow. So if you wanted to order more plants, this would probably be a good time to do it. I mean, obviously check to make sure that they're good for your zone, and you can look up a zone of the United States or wherever you're at to see which one you're in, to see if the plant is well for where you are, if you have to keep it inside, outside, all of that. But this is a good time to start getting into that, and it's always good to have more plants around you. I know I casually just have my snake plant behind me, but I do have other plants in my house, and if you want to see the other plants that I have, you can check out my video called My Plants, titled very creatively, and most of them are in there. I think I got a few more recently from Home Depot, like a pepper plant, and what was the other thing I got? I planted some tomato seeds, but I got another plant. Oh, a strawberry plant, but they're not like producing anything at the moment, but that's my new thing, is getting into plants that actually produce. Anyway, that's one thing that you can do other than like, you know, playing with your dog and stuff. My little baby girl is right here. She got spayed yesterday, so she's gonna say hi. Say hi, baby. She's not happy. She has this cone. I know, it's okay. But that cone is a lot more comfortable than the other one. But that's another thing that, you know, if you have pets, whether they're young pets, old pets, you know, whatever, like, play with them. They also are feeling it because they can't go outside and they like to be taken out on walks and play with other dogs, and now they're not doing it, especially that they found out that, you know, the virus can be spread between animals, but they're not sure like what effects that might have. So, you know, you're keeping your dog inside, make sure you're giving them lots of cuddles, lots of pets, treats, and whatever exercise they can do. Obviously with June right now, she just got spayed, and it was something that was, I want to say like scheduled 3 months in advance, because I think it was January when we scheduled it. She can't really be jumping and doing a ton of like fetch and stuff, but she can be getting cuddles right now. So like I make sure to like drop what I'm doing to take care of her, just because it's a moment for her. But also, you have pets, like don't just ignore them to do your tasks, like have fun with them. Another thing is taking bubble baths. That sounds so basic and like, oh, I haven't taken a bath since I was a kid, but it feels so nice. And if you just like take the time and get, you know, proper like bath stuff, whether it's bath oils or just like bubble bath and like little rose petal, like I got these Avon ones that like dissolve, or even use real rose petals if you have some, but just give yourself like a romantic bath and tell me you don't feel better with like a candle and everything, and you turn out the lights. It's so relaxing and you feel like you're doing something so luxurious when really you've had a bathtub this whole time, you just don't use it. So do that for yourself. Tell me if that makes you feel better. Like if you go and do this, I want you to come back to the comments afterward and tell me, hey, that made me feel better, Elizabeth, or tell me like, no, actually I feel just as crap, because I want to know. Because every time I take a bath, I'm like, I gotta do this more often. I'm always rushing and taking a shower, and it just feels so good. Same thing with doing for, you know, if you're into skincare and you're not doing your routine, you're not being consistent with it, to start getting into a consistent routine, and then you can figure out which products are actually working for you and which ones aren't. Experimenting with different ones that maybe you've been meaning to like use a lot more, like peels and masks that are more like treatments, because this is now the time where, okay, I'm not going to be out in the sun where I have to worry about, you know, where your skin is more sensitive to the sun after using certain peels. So this might be the time to do it. Same thing with any type of foot mask, like the peeling foot masks that like peel off all of your skin. I tried one and it wasn't really successful, so I'm thinking about ordering one from Amazon. that's like, I think it's like called baby feet or something, that like really makes them feel, just because this would be the perfect time to do it. No one's gonna see my feet. No one except Brandon, so he might be grossed out. And I don't know if June will. She might try to eat the dead skin. But anyway, like, this is the perfect time to do that type of stuff. Like, all the experimental things that you've wanted to do. Like, I was playing with different hair colors. You can barely see it now. But there was, like, this Bordeaux dye in my hair. But it wasn't permanent dye. It's, like, a temporary conditioning mask from Moroccan oil. And I got, like, it from Sephora for $7, and I just put it on the ends, and it made it like reddish, but it, you know, you can't really see on camera when I'm doing my video chats like at work because it's here. And on top of that, like, I could put my hair up if I needed to. So this is the time to be trying all sorts of crazy like temporary hair colors that you wanted to try to see if you really like them, or even if it's not a crazy color but just like a different color like that you're gonna do it yourself. Taking care of your nails and doing it yourself, learning how to just like do your makeup yourself or do a different type of makeup style, a different type of hairstyle. This is the time when you can experiment with those things where you don't have to go out and be like, oh, I'm in a rush, I have to hurry up and do it, and I'm gonna do the same boring thing I always do because I don't want it to go bad. Is spend the time reorganizing your place. So your apartment, your house, whatever living condition you're in, if it's not looking the way that you like it to look, if you don't feel really just cozy and just, this is a great place when you look around where you live, you can fix it. And now is the perfect time to try experimenting with moving the furniture around in different places, moving little accessories and objects. Hey, maybe this lamp would look better here than it would look over there. Or I can take all the covers off of my books and stick them in the bookshelf so that they look a little bit fancier and more put together, because now they don't have all of these bright book jackets on them that don't match. That's something that I did, and I don't know why it brings me so much joy to see them just like with the hard covers at the side, but it does. And even organizing my makeup. So I have little organizers in my drawers, and I got them from the Container Store a while back, and I've had most of my makeup organized, but some of the stuff, like just going through there and seeing like, hey, this is old and expired, I gotta throw this away, like I don't need to be using this, or I don't use this, getting rid of it. Think about what you're doing with your life and if you need to work on any more skills or get certifications, because that's something that could help you in the future with the job market. And if you're stuck at home, or you're just at home, let's stop saying stuck at home, you have time that you could be using to research different certifications that might help you progress throughout your career, as well as just things that you might be interested in if you wanted to go into a different career. I had some mozzarella sticks out cooling from the oven while I was making this video, so I'm gonna go eat them and get her a strawberry or something because she's kind of hurting right now. She's crying. I feel bad. But if you guys liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have anything to add for examples, put it down in the comments below, as well as anything you'd like to see, because I feel a little bit weird posting any type of crazy review right now, unless it's something that like is actually helpful. Like I am going to be trying out some bamboo sheets, so if you want a review of the bamboo sheets that are 400 thread count, then maybe I'll do a review of that. But like I kind of feel weird just doing reviews on anything like that's not completely necessary, just because, you know, we're in a really weird time right now. But if that's really what you guys would like to see, then let me know if you want more reviews, or if you prefer talky videos like this. If you prefer like tutorials about makeup, I can try my best to do a makeup tutorial, but it's probably gonna have a voiceover just because I realize I can't talk and do things at the same time, which sucks, but it is what it is. So let me know what you guys want to see, and I will try to make it. Also, let me know, do you guys watch Instagram videos, like the IGTV? Because I was thinking about filming something there, but I don't want to film it for like no reason, you know? All right, anyways, bye.